Hi everybody, this is Doyce's truck. We are assembling, mocking up, and going to wire it, fire it off, and then we're going to break it apart and paint it and put it back together for the last time. Exactly what we did with Hank's truck, we're going to be doing it to this one. So here's some highlights of what we've done in the past month on this truck. Okay, this is the dash, what it looks like, clean slate. I have the ignition switch, the wiper switch, and then there's the headlight switch in there. We don't have any accessories for the lighter, but what we can do is when we make the plate that goes down here, I can put ports in alongside, because unfortunately this plastic piece, when you put it in, okay, we're going to put it up in, it hits right there. It's hitting the unit. So that's no good. It doesn't fit under the dash properly. Okay, there's the ashtray. I don't have the knob on here right now, but that's got the correct hardware in there. And then this has got the new lock, and it opens up real nice, no problems. The only thing I do have is this screw here wants to ride into the paint here. Well, it will be paint. So to adjust that, I have to pull this down. If I do that, it puts that screw closer. So I'm going to try this glove box real quick, see if that'll work. There's the floor plate we put in, the steering column, and the new brake pedal that's in, and then the AC unit up under the dash, and then I got the drain. I made a new drain, an aluminum one, and then those are the lines where they're going to go through. I removed all the other connections. I'm only going to have one set of connections to here to the AC unit, so there shouldn't be no leaks. This is the floor access plate. We were able to mod it, fix it, and move it over a little bit for the stamping of the cab. We bought this last year through Mid-50. We're going to put all the original holes back in. You can see them, they're in, but I have a couple holes that are not lined up and they have to be redone, but that's just what happens when you're trying to fit stuff to make it work right. And then the shifter, we're going to cut a hole here, and your shifter is going to mount directly to the transmission. It's not going to mount on the floor here, so that's made by Low Car. That's the one we're probably going to get. Okay, this is the fender well on the driver's side, the inner fender well. See how it's concave here? Well, what it does is there's the control arm. I have it all covered in blankets. So I trimmed it so it would clear here, but it leaves this. It looks terrible. What I want to do is put a piece of sheet metal over it like that and let it come down the same way as the sides here. So I want to fabricate that and get rid of that and make that look good. You can see it on that side how it wants to interfere with the control arm. I cut it back. You can see my drawing. So that's what we want to do. The rest of it is pretty much cut and dry. The radiator and fan setup we want to get is from Mid-50, and their condenser will be right there, and plus the TCI. We got to put a TCI transcooler on top of that, and then we're good here. Always something. Made the column, so there's the slide. So if you were in an accident, that actually slides up. Problem I have is the steering column. There's a bearing in there. The bearing is bad in here. I got to get it replaced. Everyone, today we are putting a tilt forward hood on Doyce's F100, and we're going to just give you a generalization because there's already a tech video on YouTube, and we're not going to step over the company that makes that. So, but I'm just going to show you real quick what we're doing. Quick rundown: we are doing assembly on the F100 now. What we're doing is exactly what we did with Hank's. Yeah, you can see Eleanor in the background. She's holding up for 2 weeks. We are doing the final undercarriage work on Paul's GTO, and when that's done, she goes back in. Also, you're going to see 2 other videos on that one real soon here. But anyway, we're mocking this all up. The fenders fit nice. Yes, they're aftermarket. We don't have factory ones. The old ones that we had on here were actually fiberglass. We didn't want them. But the rest of the front is all metal. So, when you put the tilt forward in, those are your anchors. You drill those 2 holes, and the hole is already pre-drilled from 1953, so you just drill it all the way through, and that one you follow up with. The bar just fits across here, and that tells you there, so you can see this is how it was drilled, and we just follow it up with another one. Very basic. This here, there's a hole here, 2 actually. This one just goes right down in the hole, and then you lock it from underneath with a nut. The roller will roll this way and lock in. The bar has to go on the hood to get the alignment right. the old the old brackets that went this way have to be ripped off. You have to drill 3 spot welds, get them out, and then you pull the old brackets out and get them out of the way. You install your new ones with the original hardware right here. Those are easy. And then you just line this up, tighten that bracket from there to there. And then you lay it down in place. You got to cut a notch there. You got to cut this piece back a little bit here and about there, about an inch per side. Nylon rollers are here. You just put them into the original. What we do is we normally tap 5/16 24 and just tighten them in, and then put a nylock on the back, and then that's all you need to do. And that's it. It's pretty simplistic. There's the other side as well. And there's the CPP instructions, which are very general, but it's not a hard installation. It's just a lot of adjusting to get it to work right. So to sum up, that's how it works. But I just wanted to get situated. I got to get my left and right situated because this will move both ways. So we want to make sure it's kind of centered on the hood here. So I'm going to do my measurements overall, and then I'll drill the holes and lay it in. Notice something here. See how this one doesn't want to go down all the way? We're going to have to notch that, but this one will. Never fret. What you have happen is no stampings are the same. They're always out a little bit. The parts you put on, you have to make them fit. Okay, put the roller on the metal.
Okay, I can't see the rollers, so...
Okay, hold on. That's it. I'm going to put the hinges up underneath it and then go.
Wow, that is definitely a different way of doing it, huh?
All right, man.
All right. That's one way of keeping the old...
Here's the front valance to the 53 F100. I DA'd off all that single stage paint. There wasn't an ounce of primer underneath it, and on top of it, they didn't sand the gel coat and put a scuff in it, so we 220'd it, got down. I just got these little areas to do, and just a little bit left in here and there, just a little bit, and then I'm ready for 2K. I'm gonna primer this and start blocking this thing flat.
Very nice. That's it.
How's it coming, Kevin?
Pretty.
Good.
Looks good.
All right.
We got one low spot here. We'll start on the other side here in a couple minutes. Just keep working the top so I get find me a reference point.
Sounds good then.
We'll just keep on rolling with it. Got our reference point at the top on the side. We're going to get back in here and try to find me a reference at the top here. Go too low on it. I want to bring this side down some more. This Earl's technique. That's all you use. Little finger action.
Go for it, sir.
What happened when I was cutting the hole out for the stake bed, I noticed this is really flimsy, and then all of a sudden this started to move around, and so whoever worked on it last time started to drill holes to weld it in like it should be done, but obviously their welder was broken or they had a bad day, so they decided just to stick a couple of pop rivets in it and hold it, which is truly inadequate. Would fall apart in no time, which it did. So I've got to clean it all up, drill holes, and I got to MIG weld everything up to make it solid again.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ray. Awesome. So the stake pocket is put in. Ray cut that. Perfect. So it matches the other side. It wasn't there for some reason. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. The whole thing is crazy.
Yeah. So this is Doyce's bed. We're doing the other bed rail, and Ray's doing all the bodywork, welding, grinding today on this. Okay, we're removing the old work that's out, and we're putting the new in, and we're leveling where some of the dents were. Still going to take the blue off, what's there, and we're going to DA all that back, and then once this is all flattened out, we're going to epoxy it and 2K it. The whole thing is Bondo. There's a little bit of rust right there, but the whole thing is Bondo. And this is the inside of it. And this side is loaded again here, and then I'm that's enough to say no. Put the old bed floor in, re-tap these so they fit the frame at 1214. So they re-tap, pulled all the hardware, verified hardware. We're going to order a bed rail brace. And all the hardware we have, we're going to get some new hinges. They're really shot. So we're going to get some new tailgate hinges. We're going to get the chains. It's going to look good. We have all our braces. Mount hardware is all set. The bed rails are in there. This is the new piece that goes under the dash. This will house where the glove box lid comes down and backs into. This here will be a vent, control unit, another vent, steering column goes right there, and then another vent. I'm going to cut all that in, and then I got to body work that. And that's the inside of the driver's side bed rail, and we're working on this side. And then we'll be putting these plates in, and then we're going to do an assembly. Lower piece is from mid-50. This is the fiberglass piece. Cutting indentations, moving things over. This is not right. And then cutting these sections out, as you can see, those are for the AC vent, and that's the control unit. And the other one, then we had to cut out that section, move this back over, so this folds down into that. And we ordered most of the interior stuff for it. So that's the interior. There's our door. We're going to be doing the complete insulation kit, and we're going to be finaling this out and finaling everything out underneath the dash. Everyone, thank you for subscribing, checking us out. A lot more to come. I will do my best to not put so much garbage up on YouTube. Take care. We'll see you soon.